Yes, Kazungu, how are you?
Good. You?
Yeah. Yeah. Today I just want us to talk about a small issue, and this is in regards to being consistent. Because you've seen a lot of our clients come in, and they're very motivated in the initial stages when they're starting off to work out. But along the line, consistency becomes an issue. A lot of us seem to struggle with consistency, and then I just want us to just revolve around it and see how best, if someone is back there listening, how best can you work on your consistency? Can you work on being consistent so that you can get results? Yeah. And one of the things from my experience and from my years of training is, having goals is one key way, because without a goal, for example, if you're headed to town and you don't know the direction, having a goal helps you plan for it. And when you have a goal that you're working towards, when you look at the end game, that helps you stay on track.
It's true.
So a lot of clients come in, and that's one of the things they miss because they don't have goals. And if you have realistic goals, make sure that your goals are smart. Smart means they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are realistic, and they're within a time frame. So if you say I want to lose 5 kilos, you don't say I just want to lose 5 kilos in 5 years. So it has to be realistic and within a time frame. You say in the next 6 months I want to lose 5 kgs. So that way it's easy for you to work towards it without having to push yourself so much. Yeah.
So as you've said, Phil, about consistency. Yes, over the years also, as I've continued to work at the gym, I've realized the same issue, and I've always asked myself, what could be the problem? Now, one of the reasons why clients are always failing in consistency is the first thing is they get bored. Boredom is one thing. As Phil mentioned earlier, they come with a lot of excitement. They have goals to achieve. They're starting well. They come every day. They keep time, but at some point they start slowing down. They have excuses. They start procrastinating. And one of the reasons I realized was boredom. I realized a lot of the clients get bored quickly, and that seems to be a main problem at the gym also with clients. So boredom is one of the things.
Yeah, it's good. It's good you brought up the issue of boredom, because research says that one of the biggest reasons why people don't work out is boredom and lack of time. And yet we all have 24 hours. I don't know how some of us plan within the 24 hours we're able to squeeze in a workout. What is your excuse? We all are given 24 hours and we're able to do something, because the WHO, the World Health Organization, recommends that all you need is 30 minutes to an hour of exercise, 3 or 4 times a day. Yes, so if you can put in 150 minutes of exercise in a week, you're good to go. So you can spread it out. But just to address the issue of boredom, it's if I was asked to run on the treadmill every other day, I would have stopped training a long time ago. So so it's important that in our programs, and especially this is a challenge to the trainers, if you're out there and you're a fitness trainer, one of the things you need to do is ensure that you provide variety. So there are many forms of exercise. So it could be cardio, and for me, what has worked for me is the days I want to swim. For my cardio, there are days I do a run. There are days I'll challenge myself into a class. So there's many ways of doing cardio that I don't have to be doing the same thing. But also on the same, it's very funny that most of us like what we are used to.
What we're used to.
And you'll find that runners always want to run. When you tell them go to the gym and do something different, then they don't want to listen to that. But also on the flip side, there's a lot of injuries. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, then you can expose yourself to a lot of injuries. So the best thing also that will help you keep at your workout and stay for longer is to have a variety in terms of fitness. Has changed over the years. There's now what you call the functional training. There's CrossFit. So there's many forms of exercise that you don't have to just do the traditional, today I did my bench, today I did my squats. There's many ways of doing it that you can always add into your program to make it fun and to make it more enjoyable. Because if you eat the same food every day, you'll get bored.
It's true. But you did say that a lot of human beings, actually it's a human being problem that we have. Human beings, everybody doesn't like change. When we have change, when we're used to a certain kind of workout, we get comfortable, we relax, it gets easy and we get happy about it, but then we realize, oh no, wait, we're not achieving our goals. This is easy, it's fun, but we're not moving forward in any way. So when we try and change up some exercises, give you different workouts, it gets challenging, and there's where now motivation comes in as well. What do you think about the matter, Phil?
Yes, and that motivation, I think, when we spoke about goals, having realistic goals, when you set up your goals, it's important that you assess yourself. You have like a fitness evaluation, fitness test, so that from the test, then I need to do more work in my cardio. Okay. I need to do more work in regards to my strength. I need to do a lot of work on my flexibility, and that's something that I'm also working on, because initially my program would be best more on the strength training, but now I've been forced to turn it around, because now the older we grow, then flexibility issues start to show up. And now when flexibility is a problem, then the range of motion, our movements are limited, and now we end up getting a lot of injuries as well. So a key thing to stay motivated is reassess yourself. Once you do the test, give yourself a duration of, let's say, 3 months, like what we do at our facility. Every 3 months, once you start a program, you're set on a program, we want to see in the next 3 months, where will you be? Then we do an assessment again at that point, just to see, have you achieved your goals? What are we still struggling with? You've improved in one area, but you still need more work here. So that helps you to set another goal, so that it's better to have small, short-term goals. You break them down instead of saying, I want to be like Phil in the next 10 years. So it helps when you set those goals slowly, and you work towards achieving them. Once, anyone, if you see results, it's the best way to stay motivated. So if I was not able to do 10 push-ups, and after a month I'm able to do 20, after another month I'm able to do another 20 push-ups, so I'm doing 40, I'll be so motivated. I'll want to do those push-ups every day. So one of the best ways to stay motivated is have goals, but with these goals, do assessments every other 3 months, so that within a year you can do 4 assessments. This will help you know that when I started in January, this is where I was. And this is for the guys the New Year guys, when it comes to New Year, you come running to the gym and you want to get your 6 packs. Yeah, so the best thing to do is have goals, but also do an assessment, and you can hold your trainer accountable and make sure that every 3 months, are you following up on my progress? So a progress report is a good way. Through that evaluation, you're able to tell that, okay, if I've improved in my push-up, I was not able to lift that weight, but now I can do it very comfortably. That is one of the best ways to stay motivated.
It's true.
Yes.
Another way you can stay motivated is by when the trainer is working with the client and they see you've been working hard, usually the trainer would give the client a cheat day, right? There's a cheat day work. Yes. Man, clients love cheat days, especially if they've been working hard for 3 months. Like, let's say they've been working out 5 days a week.
Yes.
And we've seen it as trainers, we see, but okay, Steve, today you've done a very good job.
Yes.
I'd like you to take a break from Friday to Sunday.
Yes.
And you can
treat yourself.
To you can have a cheat day of this week because you deserve it. That's also another big motivation. And
that's in regards to rewarding yourself. You know, it's always good that you reward yourself. But in terms of cheat day, a lot of us like to use food for reward. But why not buy yourself a watch? Why not get a water bottle? Why not get a new pair of training, shoes or outfit, instead of going to buy the biggest bucket of you know, chicken.
You know, I feel it's maybe that the body imeumia sana, so they would really want something good, something feeling, something
sort of like a craving to.
Yeah,
But you see,
to
working out needs a lot of discipline. And most of us, I think, even sometimes our parents, you know, when a small child is not eating well, then they tell them, if you finish your vegetables, I'll buy you chips. You've had parents talk to kids, or I'll buy you soda. So it's been programmed in our minds that, you know, you'll get something good in reward, and most of the time it's food. And sadly, it's unhealthy food that we get rewarded with. So even ourselves, my reward for me is I like to do a lot of choma. So if if I feel like, okay, this weekend I've pushed so hard, I can treat myself to a nice ribs or some roast that I can do from home. So that way I reward myself. But initially, along the journey, I used to be like a collector of water bottles or sports shoes, because every time I feel like I've achieved, then I go and get something. But also you can reward yourself with a massage. You can go for a trip. You can go to the spa. There are many ways of just, you know, saying thank you, because your body has given you, you know, for that duration, you need to reward. And that's very mental. The moment you know, okay, so if I work harder, it means I'll get something else. Then if I work harder, it means I'll also reward myself with something else. So yes, a cheat day is a good way, or even just a break. Even just a break. Just take a break and relax. Just go for a retreat. Go and just unwind and yeah, go to the steam, go to the sauna. Just something nice that is rewarding to your body. Then recover well, so that prepares you for the other week. So that's another way. But also I'd mentioned about your trainer holding you accountable. And I think it's very important, and may not be your trainer, but it's good to have an accountability partner. You know, that person who will wake you up in the morning when you don't feel like doing that morning run. By the time they're calling you at your door, you don't have a choice. You will be forced to wake up. So having an accountability partner, and this could be anyone. This could be your spouse. This could be your child. This could be your workmate. It could be your neighbor. It could be anyone who just hold you accountable. And you know, when someone is watching, then we sort of push ourselves more. So it's always important. Another way that you can stay motivated and can be consistent in your program is just have an accountability partner. So the goal will be, for the next 3 months, for example, Kazungu and I want to add 5 kilos. So then we have a program that is working towards that. And you know, such a program, then it means also how our nutrients, what are we consuming? How much time of rest are we getting? How much training are we, you know, in terms of training, are we putting in? Then after 3 months, okay, how many kilos have we added? Our goal was to get 5. So if let's say between the two of us, we've managed to add 4 kilos, that's positive, because we're very close to where we wanted to. But you see, that accountability of someone being there and keeping an eye really helps push you, because then you don't want to let the other person down. You also don't want to let yourself down. So that helps, because if you're on your own, sometimes you give up so easily and just say, today I don't feel like waking up. But if you have someone accountable, even if you know you're supposed to have a morning workout, you'll not sleep late. Because, you know, if I sleep for a few hours, so-and-so will be already calling, or they'll have come to the door, or we need to meet at Karura at the gate by 6 o'clock, so I have to be there by 6. So that really helps, and I've seen that for even in the gym members when they come, and we have those that are friends and they're holding each other accountable, it really helps you push and stay consistent as well. So being motivated in terms of the goal that is realistic, having to do assessments and keeping that stock, but also having variety in your program is another very good way to stay consistent. And also just having an accountability partner, someone who holds you responsible, if someone who's always watching. That third eye really helps. And also what you mentioned about reward, cheat day, you call it cheat day. When you say cheat day, everyone thinks about food. It doesn't have to be food, remember? A massage, anything, just a treat, you know, a spa, something, just a trip. You can have a trip out of town, just something that you love to do, or just reward yourself with something that will help measure your steps, or even a phone. It could be anything.
Yeah.
A pair of nice sports shoes that you've been wanting to buy. Wait until you achieve your goals and you buy that sports shoe. You'll remember. So those are 4 ways that you can easily stay on track and stay motivated as you walk this journey of fitness.
Good. There was one last thing I wanted to add about consistency.
Yes.
Which is very key at the gym, and a lot of us don't realize it. One of the ways we can keep our clients consistent is also by involving them. You know, when the clients feel involved, they feel a part of, that also kind of like motivates them. You know, when you're making out your workout plan, you can sit down with them, ask them, so I would like to give you, so we're going to work on your legs, and I would like to do a squat, I would like to do a lunge, and you involve them by asking them, so what are the workouts you hate? What are the leg workouts you don't like? What are the leg workouts you like? You know, what is it that you enjoy most? Doing that, the clients feel, whoa, they're involving me in their plan, and that also excites them, and it makes them look forward to, like, whoa, okay, it looks like I'm in safe hands here. How about, you know?
Yes. I think it's a very good tip that when you involve your clients, but I sort of like to keep them in surprise.
On their toes.
Yes.
Yeah. I've noticed that actually, yeah. But you're right also. I think it works.
I sort of like to keep them, you know, guessing, but also when you do the program for client, and we have different personalities. There's a client who wants to be pushed. There's a client who really wants to ask, oh, so what am I doing next? What is, you know, so it depends on as you do your program with you. I think it also, as a trainer, you really have to be very empathetic. You need to put yourself in that client's shoe. And every time you involve them, you know, like you said, when you involve someone into the program, they feel like, okay, they also own it. Yes, they also own it. But also when you involve them like that, it really helps to know some of the moves. Because what I tell clients is as much as I'm training you, you might be forced to travel, but when you're out there, what is it that you're doing on your own? So as we are working together, my goal is also to teach you so that you understand these moves, you understand these terms, you understand these names. So when you involve them, it helps a lot in that area. But also, and I've been challenged before and asked that if exercise is fun, then it's very hard to achieve the results. But you know, we have to emphasize that it has to be fun for you to keep on track, to also enjoy, to look forward to the session tomorrow. And you know, when you exercise, there's some hormones that are released there. There's endorphins. There's a high that will keep you up there. There's serotonin. There's dopamine. All these are hormones that the body releases as you work out. So just working out, however hard the workout is, there's 2 ways to look at it. If it's too tough for you, then you conquer it. There's a joy that comes with conquering, you know, with I've done it. This was not easy. Feeling. Yes, this was not easy, but I managed to do it. It's like going for a hike. When you get to the peak is when you realize, wow, there's all these views, there's all these. So when you push yourself so hard through a tough workout, and especially if you do it in a team, then you're all happy and celebrate at the end. But also, when it's too easy in an attempt to make it fun, then you also don't achieve the benefits of the workout. So there's 2 ways to look at that, and which is tricky. So as much as involving them is important, it's always good to know that if this person has started school and they already have gone through, you know, the lower level of the fitness, they know the correct form, they know their posture, they are comfortable with the weight, they are balanced, they know how to engage the core. Then now, as a trainer, my goal is to see how do I push it to the next level? How do I make it harder? Because then our bodies adapt.
That's true.
So if you do the same thing over and over, your body gets comfortable. So there's ways to increase intensity, and this could be adding the load, adding the duration of the workout, reducing on the breaks, the time that you're giving them to rest. But also could be elevation. Instead of doing it on the ground, there's a step or something. Just there are many ways. Or speed, let's do it faster. So there's many ways. Or let's rest in between, pause, push the weight, hold, back. So there's other tricks that you can use to just make sure that session is not getting easier, because as you're getting used to it, you also are looking forward. In fact, that's the biggest challenge for us as fitness trainers. How do you, because if I'm working on your fitness and it has improved, then I'll get stuck if I'm not creative, because if you started here and I've brought you all the way here, so how do I take you from here to the next height? So that's quite challenging, and as a trainer, that's, I think, our work. We have to be creative in that angle and just try make sure that you're coming up with variety, you're coming up with things that are safe, because then you might also injure the trainer, because the client, because you're trying to add load. And this person, they start complaining about their knees, about their back, because they're jumping more. So it has to be safe. It has to really be safe and also effective. Yes, and I guess those are good tips that you can use. And if you've been struggling out there, you don't know how to stay consistent, I think as going forward, you're going to just be covering a few topics just to address these issues about how do I stay consistent? How do I handle my knee issue? How do I handle my back issue? How do I handle my shoulder problem that has really made me stop? But anytime you get injured or you feel something is off, please, it's advisable that you see your doctor, go for your physician, go get tested, and just find out that you need to address it so that you don't create more harm. You're very much welcome. We hope you learned something from today's talk about being consistent. We are located in Garden Estate. If you're coming off on Thika Superhighway, this is exit 7. Keep left after Sunstar Hotel on Mutaiga North Road. You'll see a big sign of Feel Fitness Center, FEEEL. You feel the fitness, come and feel it here. And we'll give you a sample session. You're welcome to try your first session for free, just to see what we do. And we have a lot of very awesome classes from Monday through Friday. We have a program that runs from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is the group classes. We also have a specific, very special class for our honorable seniors. And if you're starting off, you're struggling, this is a good class to start. You can join us from 9 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this runs until 10 o'clock. And Kazungu and Anne and Nemo, and they'll give you such a wonderful experience. So come and join us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're a senior, welcome for that class. And if you feel that you're starting off before you get into these evening classes that are a bit advanced, it's a good place to start as well. But apart from that, our personal training sessions start at 5 a.m. If you're the early bird, come, give it a try. Every morning we are here. 5 o'clock, we are up and ready for you. And it runs until 8 p.m. in the evening. So you're welcome to join us as well. Feel free to join us anytime so that you can experience what we give. You'll feel the fitness. We want to walk the journey with you. We will hold your hand. You're ready and willing